never quite as it seems, never quite as it seems. I know I felt like this before, but now I'm feeling it even more, because it came from you. Then I open up and see the person falling here is me, a different way to be. Impossible not to do, impossible not to do. Now I tell you openly, you have my heart, so don't hurt me for what I couldn't find. Talk to me, amazing mind, so understanding and so kind. You're everything to me. Oh, my life is changing every day, in every possible way.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I'm held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory.
First one was Dreams by the Cranberries, and the second one was You Say by Lauren Diego. Welcome to CLACCA ULC. I would just like to acknowledge that the land that we're meeting on is of the Gadigal and the Wangal people of the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to the elders, both past and present. I recognise that sovereignty, treaty, and social justice has never been ceded. So we just have a few announcements of what's coming up. Firstly, we're back in court on the 7th this week. It's an anti-discrimination case to stop transphobic violence within churches. And that's happening at the Downing Centre at 9:30 a.m. And details are on Facebook. Also, just to let people know, CLACCA ULC had to go into lockdown due to a health order from the government, as somebody had brought COVID into our church. Her church, and as CLACCA ULC is a COVID safe church, we had to go into a 7-day lockdown. I'm down. And that should be finished by as of Monday. I've tested negative, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's one case. And even though I'm negative, our church does has to follow the health orders. And if you need any more information about that, you can contact me on my mobile 0459 771 520. The other important announcement is we are currently organising for our World Pride for our Mardi Gras entry for CLACCA Universal Life Church. We got into Mardi Gras, and we're also organising for Fair Day. And we do need we do need volunteers, as well as financial donations. We're currently organising that online via the CLACCA ULC messenger group. So if you want to get in touch with me, if you can volunteer to help in any way, shape or form, whether that be marshalling, assisting with helping to make banners, or fundraising, raising, or helping us to get enough people to march, helping to donate T-shirts, or even working on the volunteering on the Fair Day stall. This is still anything you can do would be greatly appreciated. If you want more information in relation to that, you can contact me on my mobile 0459 771 520. It's 0459 771 520. And the Facebook event details. The details are on our CLACCA ULC Facebook page. If you want to get involved, you can either send us a private message via the Facebook events, or you can contact us on my mobile 0459 771 520. CLACCA ULC will also be joining the we'll be going to the annual Leichhardt Uniting Church annual Christmas nativity play. I believe it's the 18th of December this year, but my strong suggestion is go and check out the Leichhardt Uniting Church Facebook page for further details in relation to that. The other important announcement is we are now in the season of Advent, and we will be planning to join Wayside Chapel for Christmas on Christmas Day. So if you want to know more about in relation to details in relation to that, please check out the Wayside Chapel Facebook page for further info in relation to that. We will also be having open communion. So please bring along your grape juice and bread. The other thing too is we are calling for donations. CLACCA ULC officially, we do not have a working laptop. We're basically having to run this live stream. We don't have a working camera. Basically, having to run this live stream through via my TV and a broken laptop. Or basically half a laptop that doesn't work. Sessions is not just for Mardi Gras, but also to replace our equipment. So we will post further details in relation to that when we come to our offering. The other thing too is if you notice that there was a bit of online bullying going on, we have put a stop to it. I'm not going to mention the individual's name, but essentially the matter is being dealt with by the Universal Life Church Monastery. But essentially we're not going to. CLACCA USC is a kind of church. We're not going to tolerate bullying. In bullying, it doesn't matter whether it's coming from somebody else or anybody but the good news is that the Universal Life Church is fully supporting us essentially well, it's been a difficult situation and we would have it's not been easy to deal with in terms of having a new member that we had thought would help in the ministry, etc. But essentially it was the bullying that we copped was completely uncalled for in any way, shape, or form. form, and um, in our church, it's not okay to bully, just as much as it's not okay to put people at risk of COVID in any way, shape, or form. And our church is definitely going to say no to that. But the good news is that the Universal Life Church Monastery, they are on our side, and they are assisting us in helping to resolve the situation as quickly as possible. So, right now, I want to bring you today's message. It's in the season of Advent, and today's message is titled "To Be on Your Guard." God. And so we are starting event, and something will happen. The Lord's coming. Expectation means being alert. This is the call of today's text. This is a difficult gospel text. Shortly before Luke was telling us about the siege and the destruction of Jerusalem in Luke 21:20-23. Now Luke is referring to Jesus' second coming, namely what we call the parousia. At times, the parousia is not very present in the awareness of average Christians. The scene is apocalyptic. However, the apocalypse does not mean catastrophic, as we tend to think, but rather revelation. The Lord's second coming will reveal history to itself. The truth which was hidden will appear in full light. We will know ourselves better. Therefore, the parousia does not suggest terror, but courage. Because redemption is drawing near, besides attention to the future, does not eliminate today's demands. This is not passive, but vigilant waiting. Being attentive to the signs of the times in which the Lord manifests themselves. We must pray at all times because prayer is a gesture and an experience of gratuity, of the gratuity of God's love, which gives full meaning to the demand, making hope authentic. The first two readings tell us about love and justice. Vigilance before the Lord's coming presupposes the practice of justice and righteousness in the land. This is from Jeremiah 33-15. This is part of the mission of the child of David, whose first coming into the world we celebrate at Christmas. Justice and righteousness are two essential aspects of the Lord's promise in verse 14. When the promise is fulfilled, Judah will be saved and Jerusalem will live in safety, and it will be called, "The Lord is our righteousness," in verse 16. Prophets often give Jerusalem names expressing the fulfillment of God's will. For example, Isaiah calls Jerusalem joy 65:18, because in it everyone will be able to live fully. Luke's text makes us think of the Lord's second coming on the Sunday. We begin preparing for Christmas. One Advent leads to another. Between the two lies the time of the Christian community, the time when it has to strive to build up justice and righteousness. This implies concrete commitments with the daily via crucius lived by the poor people of the world. That solitary must be concretized in our decision to build a different society in which justice, love, and peace are possible, a society in which God's gift, God's kingdom, is expressed in history so that the poor and every human being may call their countries justice and joy. This will not be achieved unless love abounds, in 1 Thessalonians 3:12. That is to say, unless everything is permeated with generous and gratuitous to surrender, in love for one another and for all. This is not a question of superficial feelings. It is a way of being vigilant as we await the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. In verse 13. Our next song of praise is This Is Me, and it's by The Greatest Showman.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown a mind. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. This is me.
Looking over there. The interpret thing. Anyway, it is time for open communion. On the night that Jesus was betrayed, Jesus took a loaf of bread and broke it and said, "This is my body which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, Jesus took the cup and said, this cup in remembrance of me. This table, whatever your religion, this table does not belong to the state. It doesn't belong to the church. It belongs to God, and all are welcome to the table without discrimination. Please come and share in this meal. And our next song of praise is The Village by Rebel.
No, your mom don't get it, and your dad don't get it, Uncle John don't get it. And you can't tell Grandma 'cause her heart can't take it, and she might not make it. They say don't.
Why can't she just be a lesbian?
Because she's not a lesbian, Mom. She's a boy.
But she's a person who likes girls. That could be a boy or a lesbian, and she's still getting her period, so I vote lesbian.
He's still getting his period.
There's something wrong in the village, in the village. Oh, they stare in the village, in the village. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. It's true, it's true. There's something wrong with the village, with the village. There's something wrong with the village.
She never wore dresses. He said it didn't matter.
This isn't about wearing dresses. It's not a choice. It's not a whim. I'm having a shitty day, Mom. I'm having a shitty existence.
There are risks. They're serious risks.
I know.
She may not be able to get pregnant. What if she changes her mind?
What if he commits suicide? Been a problem with the papers. Your father has to sign it. Okay. But he won't. Why does he care? He hasn't seen me since I was basically a baby.
I didn't leave my family.
I feel pretty blessed.
I'm sorry if you're this way because of me. Are you this way because of me?
I'm a lot of things because of you. This isn't one of them. There is no Ramona anymore. It's just Ray. Now, I went through losing my daughter all by myself, and I will be raising my son exactly the same by myself. It's just such a monumental decision. Honestly, I think Ray is the only good decision I've ever made. If we go through with this, does that make me the best mother on the planet or the worst? Do you remember we were going to name him Cole if he was a boy? And now she is a boy, and his name is Ray, like a truck driver or something? What if he turns around one day with a full beard and says, Mom, I made a mistake? What's the date?
This is fucking insane. Jesus. I didn't do anything. She just showed up.
He.
Sorry. He.
Let's talk about Ray. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to use this, right? It's not very complicated. Testosterone. A couple of do's and don'ts. Right, Ray?
Thank you.
One OE99 in and 9 any amount that you can any amount that you can donate would be greatly appreciated and is desperately needed. We need these funds in order to cover the costs we've in order to cover the costs of our t-shirts as well as the banners, and we also need funds to replace our equipment in CLACCA Universal Life Church. Anything you can donate would be greatly appreciated. Aided, our battery is about to die on my mobile phone that we're currently having to use for a camera. So I'm going to leave you with the final song of praise. Is and this is Truth to Power, and it's by One Republic. Thank you very much for joining us with CLACCA Universal Life Church. Pending on hopefully technology and all going well. Just repeating, lockdown will be over by this Monday. Remember to stay COVID safe, get vaccinated, practice social distance.
I could tell you I was fragile. I could tell you I was weak. I can write you out a letter, tell you anything you need. I've seen minutes turn to hours, hours turn to years, and I've seen truth turn to power. If you could see me the way I see you, if you could feel me the way I feel you, you'd be a believer, you'd be a believer. And it's turned to hours, hours turn to years, and I've seen truth turn to power. I could tell you I was ageless, but I know you see the light. I could tell you I'm immune to everything, but that's a lie. Dust don't turn to flowers, skies don't